stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here with the lovely Libra August Horoscope. Okay, so a bit of a mixed bag for all of the signs this month. There are a couple of T-squares. This has been going on for a while this year, affecting Saturn and Uranus. And, you know, these are bringing squares and oppositions, challenges into our lives. So nobody gets off scot-free. For you, lovely Libra, it's involving your 11th house of friends, groups and connections, your 8th house of intimacy and other people's money, and also your 5th house of creativity, the inner child, or perhaps you know, your romantic life. Okay, so I will talk about more of this in depth in a moment, but the good news is that Uranus is going retrograde on the 18th or 19th of the month, and so some of the pressure that's normally associated with this, it'll be less so after the 18th, 19th of the month. And you may find a lot of the changes are happening internally, okay? So may not necessarily affect your outside life straight away. And it's just that it's like we're all being called to, you know, turn over a leaf in our book of life, a new chapter in our book of life. And so there'll be internal changes in your belief systems. Okay, let's go to the board now. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is draw 2 tarot cards because I find they work in very well with the horoscope. I'm going to go, there's one under there that wants to come out. Where is it? Okay, I think it's that middle one. Okay. Closing my eyes, I've got lots of blue. I've seen this for Virgo and perhaps Leo as well. It's peacock blue, and this is a very bright blue with a tad of green. So it's a month about learning about your self-expression, how to express yourself better in the outside world. It's a big world out there. There's a tad of green in it as well, so this represents some sort of growth or opportunity to do with self-expression. Okay, see, she's wearing the green here. 8 of Cups, it's about your emotions basically. Now you'll see she's moving on there. There may have been some difficult situation in the past, but this is like a retreat from emotional involvement. There may be some tendencies or some situations where you could get emotionally involved in something and get tangled up in something, but with this energy, it means you recognize it and you say, not going there, and you just keep on going on your merry way. The new moon here, just coming off the new moon with a crescent of light, there's insight about this situation. So you're on your way, you're growing, and you're getting on with life. Okay, that's the first half of the month. Let's have a look at what comes out for the second half of the month. I think that one came out. All right, don't know what it is, but all right, I'll close my eyes. What do I see? I'm still getting the sensation of green growth. There's my cat. Oh, here he is. This is Prince Harry. He likes to put in an appearance sometimes. He's a super friendly Bengal, but a little bit naughty, just like Prince Harry. He's got the same personality, and he looks like Prince Harry too. If you can see his lovely little face there. No, he doesn't want you to see. Okay, so now a tad of green I just saw, and what else do I see? There's something here that's very physical, so it could be related to your body or maybe your home where you live, because your body is your home. In spirit, it's your spiritual home. And yeah, he wants to lick me. And so there could be something about cleaning up your act at home, maybe the wardrobe, cleaning out things, getting organised, or perhaps with your body too, your health, a physical detox, that sort of thing, looking after your diet, or maybe new exercise regime. Okay, so this card has been coming up a lot lately. It's the card of motherhood. She's wearing a green skirt there. And there's also a rocking horse here to do with the world of the inner child. You may be called this month to parent yourself in a kind and generous way. Okay, you're becoming aware of how you can treat yourself better, have better self-esteem, more self-respect, and just generally look after yourself. And you may do that in connection with your health here. There's a full moon I'll talk about in a moment, and Neptune in your 6th house of everyday work, habits, health and well-being. And so there are some changes. It could be, to do with your home. This is the home fire, the hearth. And it could be just making your home more comfortable, so people can come and visit you and just say what a lovely, peaceful sort of environment it is. There might be something to do with your mother also come up. You may be having flashes from the past, and maybe perhaps you want to think of her in a more kindly manner, or the good things that she did. And if she didn't do any good things, then maybe find your own mother within. We all have one. Okay, now let's go to the horoscope proper. Bear those cards in mind, and I'll just make this bigger so that you can see what's going on. All right, so I talked about these 2 T-squares. See where these little black dashed lines are? These 2 triangles. A T-square is 2 squares in an opposition. Okay, so we've got 2 planets here, Venus and Mars. And sorry, I've put Sun there. It's not Sun. That was Virgo with Sun. It's Venus. Okay, so we have... Sorry, I'm here. I'm in the wrong house. Here, Mercury and Sun. So that's correct. Mercury and Sun, and both in Leo, so shining and communicating with friends in a very bright, insightful way, and it's also to do with groups. But this is squared by Uranus in Taurus in your 8th house, so there might be some issues about intimacy or to do with other people's money. And this is also squared by Saturn in Aquarius in the 5th house. Saturn wants to do things very cautiously and slowly. Aquarius is quite innovative, however, and thinks a lot. So there's a lot of thinking, planning, and working out what you're going to say, involving these groups of people, and also when it comes to intimacy and perhaps government officials, other people's money. Perhaps there's an issue receiving money from the government, some sort of handout or COVID payment or something like that. And you have to play by the rules here, but think about it and do it in an innovative way. And that is opposing or challenging very strongly these energies over here with communications and Sun, concerning groups of people or even your friends, okay, which is a bit of a sort of a strange one. But do let me know if you've got any thoughts about how your friends or groups or other people are connected with government money, or money that there's some sort of authority figure, like a fatherhood figure who hands out the money, that sort of thing. But generally it's a pretty spiritual month for you, Libra. And you can see all this activity going on here in the house of the goddess. So let's look at your horoscope in depth. 31st of July to the 3rd of August, Sun opposition Saturn. And it may seem that circumstances or other people are a bit difficult today. You could be overwhelmed by, outside pressures or responsibilities. Perhaps you're a little bit negative. It's only for a few days. Even if other people want to help you, for some reason they don't seem to be able to help you at the moment. So it's good to have time out in solitary reflection, thinking about all of the energies and all of your feelings and what's coming up from your subconscious here. 24th of July to the 21st of August, Saturn opposition Mercury. Most of the signs have this aspect, and it's not a good time to communicate with large numbers of people. If you're in business or you're trying to promote or market yourself, advertising might not work as well as what you hoped for. Public speaking, mass media communications and advertising are just not on the boil at the moment. And so there could be some obstacles with that, and maybe authorities, mucking you around in some way. So here's Saturn here, opposition Mercury there. Okay, this again could be authority figures like governments. If you're a YouTuber, and I don't know what the situation is in the US, I guess you've been paying tax on your YouTube money for a long time, but if you're in another country, there's lots of rules around the taxes that are changing regarding YouTube payments and stuff like that, and this may be affecting you if you are a YouTuber. So you'll work it out, but it'll take a bit of time to do so. If you receive criticism from family members or friends or authorities, it probably seems unfair. There's a general lack of support, okay? But this is only going to last for a few days, really, a few weeks, actually. Mercury does move quite quickly, so, it's not going to last much past 3 weeks, so don't give up on things that are important to you. After that, as Mercury moves, there'll be a shift and you'll be able to work out what to do. 26th of July to the 23rd of August, Saturn opposition Sun. Most of the star signs have this as well. Brings up frustrations, especially to do with relationships, government officials, authority figures, and your plans and ideals met with opposition. There could be some question around your life goals. Maybe you think you're on the wrong path or something like that. You have to objectively evaluate how worthwhile your projects and plans really are. You may come to the realization that some of your treasured ideals and attitudes towards religion, politics, and your own personal goals need adjustment now. Organisations and agencies you had faith in may now show their weaknesses, and you didn't know about this before, and now you're seeing with brand new eyes. Excuse me. You will need to let go of outworn beliefs because they're just going to wither, basically, as you see more and more. It's not what you thought it was. If you follow politics or a particular religion, you're going to see some things you didn't like, basically. It's up to you to make some new belief systems and tweak the ones you already have. In a sense, what Saturn does is makes you face reality, but in a sense it's really good in this because it'll help you mature and you'll become more wise and you'll grow in ways that you can't foresee at the moment, but it's sort of like preparing you for the future. 9th of August sees a new moon in your 12th house here, the house of the goddess. As I said, it's a very spiritual time. New moon brings new opportunities, planting seeds for your spiritual growth. You may wish to shield yourself away from emotions and the problems of other people, have a bit of a quiet time, that's fine. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it actually works out well because we're in winter and a lot of places down south from me are in lockdown, especially Sydney, so it is an excellent time for peaceful meditation and spiritual renewal. 11th of August to the 29th of August, Mercury is in your 12th house here, so from the 11th into the 12th, and it's the same sort of deal. You're getting communications about the spiritual world. Look at your dreams, the little flashes you have in the daytime, your intuition and sensitivity to hidden behind the scenes aspects of a situation operating now. You may be less inclined to speak your mind or take a definite stand on some important matters. A wait-and-see attitude is likely to characterise this time period, so it's not a time for rushing into things just now. 14th of August to the 10th of September, Venus moves into your first house, your sign. Here, this is beautiful. You desire harmony, peace, beauty, and gracious surroundings, and that is appropriate for you. It's good to avoid as much unpleasantness as possible, okay? So maybe you don't want to turn your TV on or your devices on and look at the news, for example. You're inclined to use charm and gentle coaxing and loving persuasion to get what you want, rather than try to be forceful. Pleasure and affection are very important to you. You may be feeling a little bit lazy, but that's okay. Sometimes, there's a time to be lazy and there's a time to work really hard. 20th of August to the 23rd of August, Mars trines Uranus. It gives you more physical courage, a strong sense of adventure. And this is a pretty interesting time for you. You might come up with some innovative ideas, do something a bit liberating and exciting. And you're looking for a challenge, basically. You may be inclined to act on some of your wilder impulses and desires, and you're craving stimulation. You may have an inventive streak, or you could make a startling discovery or breakthrough now. Yes. Come on, Parry. He keeps licking me all the time. And he's been fed. He has been fed. He's had his breakfast. All right, 23rd of August is the full moon in your 6th house. Here we talked about that before. Just briefly, your house of everyday habits and work, and also your health and well-being. And you're going to notice some transformation here. Something is going to change regarding these issues. You might come up with a new routine, or perhaps your health improves. You discover something that you've been looking for a long time. Neptune here also can bring sorts of things like viruses and ill health. Maybe there's just a general sort of fogginess or vagueness in your thinking with Neptune here. We'll be in this house for a long time yet, okay, so we need to learn to deal with it. The 21st of August to the 22nd of September sees the Sun move into your 12th house. This is wonderful for your spiritual life. You're going to have a lot of new insights and psychic flashes about, what the world is and what's going on with you. It's not a good time to push yourself with work because you mightn't have a lot of energy, but there is a lot happening in the subconscious, okay? So the focus is on your inner life and you rather than being outside in the world. Competitive ambitions and ego drives are on hold, and that's fine. 29th of August to the 5th of November, Mercury moves into your sign, and this is a time when you're going to make a statement to the world, okay? So it's like you have August, you have this sort of quieter time, and then you're coming out into the world and you're going to be stronger than ever before. And you're likely to be more alert and keen and express yourself very well. It's an excellent time to initiate discussions and communications. The only possible thing to remember is it's also a time to listen, okay? All right, so that's your horoscope, and I'm just going to close my eyes now, lovely Libra, and see what I can see for you for the month of August 2021. Okay, there's birds flying high. At first, they're sort of like seagulls. They look a bit like seagulls, but they're not as rambunctious as seagulls. Australian seagulls are well known for stealing your chips. If you're down at the beach eating fish and chips, the seagulls come right in and take them. They're extremely bold birds, and they're very observant. But these ones are flying high in the sky, and so this means there's new ideas coming, and you're observing what's going on in the outside world, and sort of waiting for an opportunity so that you can strike, and the opportunity will come. I'm down in my vision here. I'm down in Sydney at Manly, and there's like looking out to the harbour, and that's what's called the Heads, North Head and South Head, and I see the ferries and the sense of a tidal wave coming. And this is about a tsunami of change is coming your way. I'm just trying to see in what direction or what area of your life. It's not here yet. Yeah, it's in your head. I see a hat, and your ideas about your country may change somewhat. And I feel like you're stepping up. So you could go to a leadership role. Something to do with your country. You could step up and go into some leadership roles. So I don't know exactly what that's about, but it does involve your thinking, and your brain is undergoing some sort of transformation, okay? This is not in your astrology as such, but I've only looked at August. It could be further down the track in September or October or sometime like that. 3, I'm seeing the number 3, so 3 months, August, September, October, so end of October, November, some sort of major change in your thinking where you step up a level. And it's like, it's not that you want to step up, it's just that the need is there, or there's some sort of, the country requires it or something. You have to speak out more because it's like people are not doing their jobs. The government's not leading, okay? You need to be a leader and be the leader for your own life, okay? That's where it starts, in your own life first, and then you can help other people in the external world as well. It's a bit like when you're on an aircraft, you know, you hear the flight attendants say, if there's an incident, the oxygen mask will come down. Put your own mask on first and then attend to anybody else who's having any difficulty, like little children or, you know, but it's important that you get your mask on first so you can help others. Okay, so that's it, lovely Librans. I hope this is helpful. If you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Scorpio will be up soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.